Exercise 7.1 of the chapter quadrilaterals. The first sum was given to you as your homework. Hope you have done it. Now moving to the second question, that is, if the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal, then show that it is a rectangle. So here we have a parallelogram ABCD whose diagonals AC is equal to BD. We have to show that ABCD is a rectangle. That means we have to prove one of the angles of this parallelogram is equal to 90 degrees. So AB is equal to AC is equal to DB. Given AC is equal to DB. The parallel diagonals of the parallelogram are equal to one another. In to these corresponding triangles, name this as O, point O. Consider two triangles ABC and triangle BCD. These are the corresponding, adjacent triangles. So in triangle ABC and triangle BCD. So in triangle ABC and BCD, AC is equal to DB. It is given. This has been given. Similarly, AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD, sides of a parallelogram. This is also given. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal to one another. Similarly, BC is equal to BC, which is common. So, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BCD by side criteria. This is our result 1. So since the triangles are congruent, we can say that the angles are equal. That is, by CPCT, angle B is equal to angle C. The adjacent angles of the parallelogram, we got that they are equal. So now we know that angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees because AB is parallel to CD and BC is the transversal. So they are angles on the same side of the transversal or also co-interior angles. When the lines are parallel, the angles are supplementary. But we know that from result 2, we know that angle B is equal to angle C. So this implies 2 angle C is equal to 180 degrees from 2. So this implies angle C is equal to 2 ones are 290s are angle C is equal to 90 degrees. So this implies ABCD is a rectangle by definition. Definition says a parallelogram with one angle equal to 90 degrees will be a rectangle. Similarly, here we have a parallelogram whose one of the angles is equal to 90 degrees. So ABCD is a rectangle. That is the solution for this question. In question 3, show that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other at right angles, then it is a rhombus. Here they have not told us that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Here they have said that it is some kind of quadrilateral whose diagonals bisect each other. That means they intersect each other at 90 degrees and they make equal parts of each other. So given P, let's name this point of intersection as O. PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ, with they are bisecting each other at 90 degrees. So each of these angles is equal to 90 degrees. So in triangle POQ and triangle SOR. In triangle POQ and triangle SOR, we have PO is equal to OR given. Similarly, SO is equal to OQ. That's also given. And angle POQ is equal to angle SOR, which is equal to 90 degrees. That's also given. They are bisecting each other. So this implies triangle POQ is congruent to triangle SOR by SAS rule. So this implies PQ is equal to SR by CPCT. So now there is a theorem which says that if in a quadrilateral the opposite sides are equal, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That is one of the theorems. That is theorem 3. If each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are equal, then it is a parallelogram. So here PQ and SR are opposite sides. So this implies PQRS is a parallelogram from theorem 3. So now we proved that it is a parallelogram. Now we have to prove that this PQRS is a rhombus. That means all of the sides of PQRS are equal to one another. So now consider in triangle SOR and triangle ROQ, triangle SOR and triangle ROQ, angle SOR is equal to angle ROQ. Angle SOR is equal to angle ROQ because they are each equal to 90 degrees. Similarly, OR is equal to OR. It is a common side. And SO is equal to OQ. It is given, the diagonals given. So this implies triangle SOR is congruent to triangle ROQ. So by side angle side rule. So this implies SR is equal to RQ by CPCT. As you can see in the figure here, SR is equal to RQ. That means SR is equal to RQ. That means the adjacent sides are equal to one another. Since it is a parallelogram, RQ is also equal to SP, opposite sides. So all the sides are equal to one another. Name this as result 3. This as result 2 and this as result 1. So since all the sides are equal, this implies PQ is equal to RQ is equal to RS is equal to SP. This implies PQRS is a rhombus. Hence, proved. This is the solution to the question number 3. In the fourth question, show that diagonals of a square are equal and they bisect each other at right angles. So here we have a square WXYZ. So given WXYZ is a square and WY and XZ are its diagonals. So now to prove that these diagonals WY and XZ are equal and they bisect each other at 90 degrees. So to do that, in triangle, consider two triangles that is XYZ and WXY. In triangle XYZ and triangle WXY. In these two triangles, WXY and XYZ, we have XY is equal to WX. It is given, it is a square. All the sides are equal to one another. Also, angle WXY is equal to angle Angle WXY is equal to angle XYZ. All the angles in a square are equal to 90 degrees. So angle WXY is equal to angle XYZ is equal to 90 degrees. It is also given. And lastly we have XY. XY is a common side. XY is equal to XY, which is common. So this implies side angle side. Side angle side. By SAS, triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle WXY. They are congruent by SAS. Since they are congruent, this implies, since they are congruent, WY is equal to XZ by CPCT. So we were supposed to prove that the diagonals of a square are equal. Here we proved that the diagonals WY is equal to XZ. They are equal. Therefore, the diagonals are equal. Now we are supposed to prove that they are perpendicular bisectors of each other. We proved that the diagonals are equal. Now it is time to prove that the diagonals bisect each other, and after that we will prove that they are perpendicular to each other. So now consider triangle. Name this point of intersection as O. They consider this triangle WOX and triangle ZOY. So here in triangle WOX and triangle ZOY. So this implies in this triangle angle XWO is equal to angle OYZ. OYZ, because they are alternate interior angles. In a square, the sides are parallel, so diagonals act as the transversals. So they'll form a pair of alternate interior angles which are equal to one another. So, and also angle WOX is equal to angle ZOY, because they are vertically opposite angles. We proved in the lines and angles chapter that vertically opposite angles are equal to one another. And lastly we have WX is equal to ZY. They are the sides of a square, so it is given. So this implies in triangle WOX is congruent to triangle ZOY by AAS, angle side criteria. So this implies WO is equal to OY and also OX is equal to OZ by CPCT. So we found that WO is equal to OY. In the figure you can see that WO, that is this part, is equal to OY. That means this diagonal has been bisected, and OZ is equal to OX. So this diagonal also has been bisected. So in a square, the diagonals are bisected. So this implies in a square, the diagonals bisect each other. Now lastly, let us prove that these diagonals are perpendicular to each other, or they form right angles to each other. So now consider in triangle WXO and triangle XOY. So in this triangle, WX is equal to XY, sides of a square given, and then OX is equal to OX, common side, and lastly we have WO is equal to OY. From that, up the result from here, WO is equal to OY. Diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisect. So this implies triangle WXO is congruent to triangle XOY by side criteria. So finally we get angle WOX is equal to angle XOY by CPCT. But angle WOX plus angle XOY is equal to 180 degrees because they are a linear pair. Here you can see them. We are talking about these two angles. Angle WOX is equal to angle XOY. We proved that. Now you can see WY is the line and OX is the ray standing on top of it. So these two angles will form a linear pair. That means their sum will always be equal to 180 degrees. But since we know that they are equal, this implies two angle WOX is equal to 180 degrees. One's a 90's a. So this implies angle WOX is equal to 90 degrees. So this implies the diagonals of a square. The diagonals of a square are perpendicular to each other. This is the solution to the fourth question. In the ninth question, in parallelogram ABCD, 2 points P and Q are taken on diagonal BD such that DP is equal to BQ. Show that first, triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB. Second, AP is equal to CQ. Third, triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Fourth, AQ is equal to CP. And lastly, fifth, APCQ is a parallelogram. Triangle CQB. To do that, in triangle APD and triangle CQB, BQ is equal to PD. This is given. Similarly, angle ADP is equal to angle CBQ because they are alternate. This angle ADP is equal to angle CBQ. They are alternate interior angles. And also we have AD is equal to BC because they are the opposite sides of the parallelogram ABCD. Opposite sides of parallelogram. So this implies triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB by SAS postulate, SAS rule. Now second, we have to prove that AP is equal to CQ. We know that, name this as result 1. We know that triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB. So this implies AP is equal to CQ by CPCT. Name this as result 2. The third thing which we have to prove is third is triangle AQB. That is triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. So to prove triangle AQB is equal to triangle CPD, once again BQ is equal to PD. This is given to us. Angle ABQ is equal to angle PDC because they are alternate. Look here. Angle ABQ is equal to angle PDC. They are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. And lastly we have AB is equal to CD because they are opposite sides of parallelogram. So this implies triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD by SAS postulate. Name this as result 3. Fourth main, we have to prove that AQ is equal to CP. AQ is equal to CP. We know that triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Therefore, AQ is equal to CP by CPCT. Name this as result 4. So lastly, we need to prove that APCQ is a parallelogram. APCQ is a parallelogram. So from results 2 and 4, we have AP is equal to CQ and AQ is equal to CP. So this implies the opposite sides of a quadrilateral are equal. Quadrilateral are equal. Therefore, APCQ is a parallelogram from the theorem which we learned in the first class. If the opposite sides of a quadrilateral are equal, then it is a parallelogram. So APCQ is a parallelogram. This is the solution to the 9th question. In question number 10, ABCD is a parallelogram and AP and CQ are perpendiculars from vertices A and C to the diagonal BD. Show that first, triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. To do that, in triangle APB and triangle CQD. In triangle APB and triangle CQD, AB is equal to CD because they are opposite sides of parallelogram. So they are equal. Angle PBA is equal to angle QDC because they are a pair of this angle. Angle PBA and angle QDC. These angles are a pair of alternate interior angles. So they are equal to one another. And lastly, we have angle APB. Angle APB is equal to angle CQD is equal to 90 degrees. It is given. They are perpendiculars drawn from those vertices to the diagonal BD. So from angle side rule, this implies triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD by AAS criteria. Angle side. Angle side rule. They are congruent. So then after that we have to prove that second sub question, we have to prove that AP is equal to CQ, that those bisectors are equal, those perpendiculars are equal to one another. So to prove, we know that name this as result 1. We know that triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. So this implies AP is equal to CQ. So by CPCT. Hence proved. This is the solution to the 10th question. In 11th question, in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE. BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. Vertices ABC are joined to vertices DEF. So that is why the construction has been shown in dotted lines. So these vertices, respective vertices, have been joined together. Show that quadrilateral ABED, first sub, show that quadrilateral ABED is a parallelogram. So we learned about a theorem which mentioned a minimum condition for any quadrilateral to be a parallelogram, and that theorem, the statement of that theorem was a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So here in ABED, AB is equal to DE. AB and DE are opposite side and they are parallel. Also AB is parallel to DE. This is given. Therefore, since one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. Therefore, ABED is a parallelogram. This is using the theorem 8, which we learned in first class. So now going to the second sub question, it asks us to show that quadrilateral BEFC is a parallelogram. So following the same arguments here in parallelogram BEFC, that is BEFC. In quadrilateral BEFC, we have BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. So here we have in BEFC, BC is equal to EF and BC parallel to EF. This is once again given to us. So therefore, since one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel, therefore BEFC is a parallelogram. This is the second solution for the second sub question. So now moving to the third sub question, it asks us to show that AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. So from From 1 and 2, we will have, from 1 and 2, we will have AD is equal to BE and CF is equal to BE. Because from ABED is a parallelogram. So since ABED is a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. That is why AD is equal to B, the opposite side. Similarly, BEFC is a parallelogram, and therefore, apart from BC and EF, we have other two sides, that is CF and B. They are also opposite sides and they are also equal. So this implies AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF. Also AD is parallel to BE. Opposite sides are not just equal, they are also parallel to one another. And CF is parallel to BE. So AD is parallel to CF. So this is the solution to the third sub-question. In the fourth sub-question, we have to prove that quadrilateral ACFD is a parallelogram. So this is simple, just like how we proved the other two for the other two quadrilaterals. Here we from third result AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF and AD parallel to CF. Therefore, one pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal. So this implies ACFD is a parallelogram. And the fifth sub-question asks us to prove that AC is equal to DF. To prove AC is equal to DF, we know that ACFD is a parallelogram. So this implies AC is equal to DF because opposite sides of parallelogram, and opposite sides of parallelogram are always equal to one another. And lastly, we need to prove that the sixth sub, we need to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. To do that, we know that in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB is equal to DE. It is given. AB is equal to DE is given. Similarly, BC is equal to EF is also given. Then we have AC is equal to DF, which we proved in from result 5. So this implies triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SSS postulate. So this is the complete solution for the question number 11. In question number 12, ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. Also, AD is equal to BC. We need to show several things, that like angle A is equal to angle B and angle C is equal to angle D. Also, we need to prove that triangle ABC is equal to triangle ABC is equal to triangle BAD. So we will be drawing a diagonal and proving that those two triangles are equal. Also, they are given as a hint. Also, diagonal AC is equal to diagonal BD. We need to prove that diagonal AC, that is, this diagonal is equal to diagonal BD. We will be drawing that later. Here, they are also given as a hint. Extend AB, extend side AB, and draw a line through C like this, parallel to DA, parallel to this side DA, intersecting AB at E. Write down, construct CE parallel to AD by producing AB. So the construction will look something like this. We have produced AB to point E and joined C to E, which makes AD parallel to, such that CE is parallel to AD. Now to prove the first sub question which asks us to prove angle A is equal to angle B. We have been told that AD is equal to side BC. So this means that AD is equal to BC. Also AD is equal to CE. Opposite sides of parallelogram. So this implies, so AD is equal to BC and AD is equal to CE. This means BC is equal to CE. BC is equal to CE. So therefore in triangle CBE, angle CBE is equal to angle CEB. This angle CBE is equal to angle CEB. This is an isosceles triangle, so the angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. This is our result 1. Angle A plus angle CBE is equal to 180 degrees because they form angles on the same side of the transversal. It is actually angle A plus angle CEB, but since CEB is equal to CBE, I am replacing CEB by CBE directly. So since we have angle A is equal to angle A plus angle CBE is equal to 180 degrees, write the result. They are co-interior angles. Similarly, angle B, this whole angle B plus angle CBE is also equal to 180 degrees. Angle B plus angle CBE is equal to 180 degrees because they are a linear pair. So from these two equations, we get that, adding them we get angle A. This implies angle A is equal to angle B. That is the required result. Second sub question, we need to prove that angle C is equal to angle D. We know that AB is parallel to DC. So this implies angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees is equal to angle C plus angle D. Angle C plus angle D, or we can also write angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees, which is equal to angle B plus angle C. Both work just fine because they are all co-interior angles or angles on the same side of the transversal. We know that angle A is equal to angle B from result 1, so they cancel each other. So we can write angle D is equal to angle C, hence proved. Third sub question, in the third sub question, we need to show that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. So to do this, the diagram is something like this. This is our trapezium. Draw it with pencil, children, and use scale. This is our trapezium ABCD, and we know that AD is parallel to BC. We proved that angle A is equal to angle B. So drawing the diagonals AB and DB and AC, now we get our two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle BAD. We need to prove that, we need to show that they are congruent. So in triangle ABC and triangle BAD, AB is equal to AB. This is a common side. This is common between both the triangles. Angle A is equal to angle B because from result 1 or from question 1, from result 1 we got that. and also AD is equal to BC. This has been given. So this implies triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD using SAS postulate. So hence proved. This is the solution to the third sub question. And lastly, we need to prove that diagonals AC is equal to diagonal BD. We know that this is pretty straightforward. We know that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. Since ABC is congruent to triangle BAD, we can say that side AC is equal to side BD by CPCT. Therefore, the diagonals are equal. So this completes your 12th question from exercise 7.1 and also the whole exercise. Write down the homework. Exercise 7.1 question numbers 5, 6, 7 and 8. These 4 questions are to be solved by you as your homework. So this completes your exercise 7.1. In the next class, we'll be learning the midpoint theorem. So that's all for today. Thank you.